Welcome to Homer News. I'm your host, Matt Swenson. This is State Representative John Ward. Welcome, John.
Matt, thank you, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, you wore your green today. I forgot.
People know what day it is that we're taping this, Matt.
Yep.
What day is it?
It's March 17th. Yep.
So happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody.
Yeah, it's good to have you in the studio, sir. It's good to have you folks tune in at home to hear what's happening here at the state capitol and hear what Representative Ward is doing on your behalf. And I know that we're looking at this issue again of school start before Labor Day. This is a very important issue in your area.
You know, Matt, it is an extremely important issue in my area, and it keeps coming up every year. Every year we deal with a pre-Labor Day school start. And this year is no different. Actually, in a committee that I'm going to chair today, I'm the vice chair of K-12 Finance Committee. And in that committee, it is going to be brought up to allow a flexible schedule, to allow school districts to set their own schedules, okay? Which, some people say, that's the way it should be. But from my standpoint, Matt, the arguments that they use, like, for improved academic achievement, there are no studies that show improved academic achievement. Matter of fact, I have researched this out and have seen some studies in Texas and in Florida that show that when they moved their school start dates later in the year, they actually had improved student academic achievement. So, but for our area that is so heavily involved and relies on the tourism industry, which is an important industry in the state of Minnesota. It's not just our Brainerd Lakes area, but around the state of Minnesota, the Mall of America, the State Fair, many businesses rely on the tourism industry for their success and operations of their businesses. So we know that the tourism industry is a huge industry in the state of Minnesota and in my district for sure. I'm going to do everything again that I can to make sure that our area that represents a lot of tourism dollars is heard from, and hopefully we're going to try to get this back to the status quo of what the state statute says right now. And the other thing is Commissioner Alice Segrin, Commissioner of the Minnesota Department of Education, recently just came up with a ruling and allowed 25 districts from southwestern Minnesota to have a flexible school year calendar that will start pre-Labor Day. So we have a kind of a pilot, and I'm frustrated and disappointed with her decision, but she made that decision. They kind of used some loopholes in the law to be able to do that. Okay, but having said that, they did it, and so let's now look at the pilot program and see, in fact, is there going to be a benefit to starting earlier, to starting pre-Labor Day? You know, many districts in the state of Minnesota, Matt, have calendars that have a post-Labor Day student start and end either at the end of May or early June, and they get everything done in itself. They get all the testing done. Their student achievement is still very good. So some districts are able to figure it out while still enhancing their student achievement. Other districts just say, we need this. There's a concern about buildings that are not air conditioned in the state of Minnesota, and all of a sudden we bring kids in the hottest, some of the hottest time periods of the season of the year, and that's a worry and a problem as well. Let alone the increased energy costs for that school district might have to have because of that. So there are many good reasons and factual reasons of why a post-Labor Day school start is good for the state of Minnesota. And so we're going to fight for that and see what we can do.
And clearly the main reason, as you stated, was the economic impact on the Brainerd Lakes area. And at this point, I know your area is having some of the highest unemployment rates in the state.
We just had a recent headline in the Brainerd Daily Dispatch. The city of Brainerd had a unemployment rate of 19%. Basically, one out of every 5 citizens in the city of Brainerd is looking for a job, is unemployed. So anytime that anything that we can do to retain jobs rather than lose jobs, and a pre-Labor Day start, we feel is going to lose jobs in our area, along with the economic growth. But we also, Matt, I also want to say, as a former educator of 34 years, I'm not going to do anything that is going to be a detriment to student achievement as well. So, show me the studies that indicate a pre-Labor Day start is going to enhance student achievement. And then, I'll be some of the first one, I'll be a champion of that at that point. But I don't see any of that right now. So for the economic reason, the job reason, the student achievement reason, we're going to continue to fight and battle for what we think is right for our district in the area of pre-Labor Day start.
Well, thanks for all the good work you do at the Capitol here, Representative Ward. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you and all of you folks back home. So we'll see you next time on Holborn News.